Hi there, today I'm going to teach you how to make a yarn over slip stitch. Your first row should be comprised of foundation single crochet, which I've already prepared here. If you need to learn how to make a foundation single crochet, I have a video for that. So after you've completed your first row, on which I have 7 stitches, you chain 1. Now, a pattern might call for the chain 1 to count as a first stitch. If that is the case, you won't crochet into that last foundation single crochet on the first row or the previous row. You'll go into the second one. If you are not counting the chain as a stitch and it's only going to be a turning chain, then you would crochet directly into the last stitch of the previous row. I am going to, however, count the chain as a stitch. So first thing, you yarn over. You have your front loop and your back loop. You're going to use your back loop. Insert the hook into the back loop. Yarn over, draw up a loop. I like to turn my hook away from me, pointing away, and draw that loop through the remaining 2 loops on your hook. It's a good idea to mark the beginning and ends of your rows, because the last stitch, or the second to last stitch, likes to hide from you. Next stitch, yarn over, insert the hook into the back loop, yarn over, draw up a loop, point your hook, turn your hook pointing away from you, draw that loop through the remaining 2 loops, yarn over, insert hook into the back loop, yarn over, draw through, and draw that through the remaining 2 loops. It's like a slip stitch, except you have 2 separate moves to it. Yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop, yarn over, draw up a loop, pull that loop through the remaining 2 loops on the hook. Here's my last stitch. All right, we've completed row 2. Chain 1, because this chain is counting as my first stitch in this sample, I'm going to mark the chain 1. Yarn over. Since I'm counting this as my first stitch, we skip this one and go to the second. Insert hook into the back loop. And the reason I call this the back loop is because after you've completed row 2, you will see that you actually have 3 loops. I'm going to call this one the back loop, the middle loop, and the front loop, this one right here. So I've yarned over, inserting the hook into the back loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, draw that loop through the remaining 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, insert hook into the back loop, yarn over, draw through a loop, point the hook away from you, and draw that loop through the remaining 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over, insert the hook through the back loop, draw up a loop, draw that loop through the remaining 2 loops on the hook. And I am now at my last stitch of row 3. And then I would simply chain 1, turn always clockwise, and continue. And what you're creating here is a completely reversible knit looking rib stitch. Enjoy.